Hi everyone, my name is Maya Walker, and today I will be persuading all of you that assisted suicide should be legal for those who are terminally ill. I am credible to speak on this topic because I've done extensive research to prepare for my speech and have seen firsthand, being an EMT, the amount of pain and suffering that terminally ill patients go through. It's important to discuss this controversial topic because people aren't allowed to make choices when it comes to their bodies due to state laws that prevent many of these patients to end their lives in a peaceful manner without being in pain. Through my speech, I will be discussing terminal illnesses, countries that allow for physician-assisted suicide, and unfortunately last resorts many of these patients put themselves through due to physician-assisted suicide not being legal in their state or country they live in. So my first topic to discuss is the types of terminal illnesses. So people with a terminal illness is an incurable disease that cannot be treated and are expected to die eventually. They can vary from cancer to trauma to heart disease. It is a very broad range, and there are a lot of people out there who suffer with a terminal illness. These people live every day in pain and misery, knowing that one day they will eventually die. These patients are not having a miracle tomorrow. A lot of these patients, they are terminally ill. They are not recovering. There's no drug, there's no medication that will bring them back to the way they used to be. They will die, and they know this. So the issue is that, many of these patients eventually come to terms with their lives and want to die, surrounding by family and friends, pain free. But unfortunately, the law does not allow them to do this. And if they were helped by another person or doctor to die peacefully, that person can have charges brought against them that can vary from a fine to even manslaughter, which is a lot of time in jail. At the end of the day, the right to die should be a personal choice, and no law should deny any critical ill person not to. So there are certain countries that allow for physician-assisted suicide. These include the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Canada, and certain states in the United States. These states include Oregon, Montana, Washington, Vermont, Hawaii, California, Colorado, and Washington, D.C. All of these states have laws that allow for terminally ill adults to be assisted in dying. And these states have a lot of safeguards in place that require the patient to be certified, having a sound mind, and repeated expression to die. These states do not allow physician-assisted suicide to be an easy process. It takes it takes a long time to get to that point because you have to go through shrinks, you have to go to a therapist. You have to be cleared by several doctors to make sure that you're all there in the mind and that you actually want to die. You're not just saying I want to die once, you're saying I want to die several times. So there's a lot of safeguards in place to make sure that they're giving these, because you're killing someone, at the end of the day, that this doctor is giving drugs that's going to take someone's life. It is not something that is very easily done. So Oregon was the first state to legalize assisted suicide in 1997, and according to CNN, as of January 19, 2018, 1,275 patients have died from ingesting the drugs that were legally prescribed to them under the law in Oregon since 1997. And, we currently live in 2019, and every other state than the ones that I listed still make it illegal for assisted suicide. So, unfortunately, if you live in a state or country that does not allow for assisted suicide, many terminal ill patients unfortunately take their own lives in a very messy and traumatic suicide when instead they could have died peacefully through assisted suicide in front of their family and friends in a very peaceful and no pain way. But unfortunately, if you live in a state like we live in the state of New York, it is illegal for people to to be assisted while dying. So if it's illegal, and let's say I had cancer that was that there was no cure and there was no way for me to get out of that. And I was waking up every day, in pain and suffering. I would not be allowed in New York State to die. I would have to, either go to another state or move to another country, which is very hard for a lot of people to do. And the other benefit of allowing assisted suicide is that many patients donate their organs so others may survive. So instead of their organs withering away, a lot of them become organ donors, and when they do die, they give all of their organs away to others to help others survive. So to sum things up, I want all of you to think about it. If you had a terminal illness that was going to kill you and you woke up every morning in pain, would you want to keep living or die peacefully surrounded by loved ones? And I want to thank you guys so much for listening to me, and I hope I persuaded you guys in thinking that physician-assisted suicide should be legal all throughout the world. Thank you so much.